In this video, we are going to talk about 10 most famous thief in the world. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. There are several notable criminals from the US, France, and India who stole everything from museums to currency. While we wouldn't want to meet them, their skills are unquestionable. These swindlers have amassed one of the world's largest debts from beneath our eyes. Visit our list of 10 greatest thieves. Number 10. Notorious. Attorney Notorious was an Indian fraudster, forger, and con artist known for his prison escapes and high-profile crimes. He used multiple aliases to defraud hundreds of businesses, banks, and small stores of millions of rupees. His specialty was forging government documents to sell the Taj Mahal and other Indian attractions to naive visitors. This was accomplished using 50 names, fake documents, and several impersonations. His career included several escapes, including in 1996, when he was 84 and wheelchair-bound and escaped his captors at a New Delhi railway station, his last public appearance. Number 9. Vincenzo Peruggia. Vincenzo Peruggia may have been the greatest 20th century art thief. Given how simple his major effort was, many will argue this. Peruggia stole the Mona Lisa from the Louvre. The Louvre employee had no elaborate plan. He sneaked in the museum one night and removed the Mona Lisa. Finished. Very clever. Peruggia hid it in his clothes and effortlessly passed an unsecured location. 2 years later, he was found selling the painting. Number 8. Veerappan. Munisami Veerappan Mallar, also known as Veerappan, was an Indian bandit who evaded police for nearly 30 years before being killed by a special task force in 2004. He committed crimes in Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu's lush jungles. He poached thousands of elephants, killed about 10 dozen Indians, and smuggled tons of ivory and sandalwood. He killed many police officers, anti-poachers, and citizens he suspected of being police informants in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Several prominent political and cultural leaders were kidnapped and ransomed by Veerappan. Despite hundreds attending his funeral, he remains controversial in India. Number 7. Bill Mason. Stealing from Truman Capote makes you famous. Bill Mason did it. Mason, like many of his predecessors, began his long career in crime young and committed several high-profile jewelry heists around the US. His job was to attend high-class parties, schmooze, and rob the visitors blind. Mason stole $35 million. Famous people including Phyllis Diller, Armand Hammer, and Truman Capote were his victims. In his 2004 memoir, Confessions of a Master Jewel Thief. Number 6. Jesse James. Jesse James' life has been retold in various books, films, and documentaries. Who was this renegade? A pastor fathered Jesse and Frank James. They joined the Confederate militia during the Civil War before becoming criminals. They robbed Southern stores, banks, and trains as youths. They formed the James Younger Gang and wrecked every place they visited. A reward was posted for Jesse James, but Robert Ford, a criminal acquaintance, assassinated him aged 34 in 1882. Despite being presented as a folk hero and rebel, especially in the American South, James was a cold-blooded bank robber. According to the statement, sometimes the simplest answer is best. Another thing, he did not lie about dying. Scientists verified James' exhumed remains in 1995 to confirm his death. Number 5. Albert Spaghieri. The Société Générale bank break-in in Nice, France, made Albert Spaghieri famous. He initially robbed a jewelry store to give his sweetheart a diamond ring. He recruited a group of skilled burglars, including Gabby Anglade, to dig a tunnel under the bank's vault using the sewers. At Bastille Day on July 16, 1976, they broke into the vault and stole 60 million francs. He and his team picnicked on bank floors while emptying safety deposit boxes. After being caught, he developed a daring escape plot to distract the court with a coated paper, leap out a window and flee on a motorbike. He spent the rest of his life on the run, perhaps in Argentina, after plastic surgery.
Number 4. Frank Abagnale Jr.
Frank Abagnale Jr., immortalized by Steven Spielberg and Leonardo DiCaprio in 2002's Catch Me If You Can, is a famous conman. Frank Abagnale was a scheming criminal, conman, imposter, and check forger who became an American security expert. His criminal career included being a doctor, airline pilot, lawyer, and prison consultant before 21.
He confessed to his crimes and helped the government catch fraudsters when arrested.
Today, his Abagnale & Associates security firm works closely with the FBI and other security organizations.
Number 3. Carl Gugasian.
Carl Gugasian, a convicted juvenile offender from Pennsylvania, became known as the Friday night bank robber after planning a series of mock robberies in his spare time. He was an Ivy League-educated Army officer with a PhD in statistics and probability.
He remains the most renowned U.S. bank robber.
He robbed many banks, shot many people, and stole $2 million over his long career.
Gugasian was devoted to his craft, doing whatever it required to improve, according to experts. It resembles any lawful vocation. He regretted his actions after being caught by police.
Gugasian now teaches calculus to other convicts after his cooperation with the investigation reduced his sentence from 115 years to 17.
Number 2. Derek Bertie Smalls. If you remember the 60s and 70s British armed robberies, you'll recognize Derek Bertie Smalls. Smalls' highlight was robbing Ilford Barclays Bank in 1970 for a record £237,000.
The East Londoner fled to Paris and then the Costa del Sol, where he read reports about his capture. Smalls received immunity by becoming an informant and providing names and information to prosecute underworld figures after surrendering to the authorities.
Thus, Bertie Smalls is best known as Britain's first snitch, or supergrass.
He died of natural causes in 2008 despite various revenge bounties, notably the Cray twins' claim of £1 million.
Number 1. Doris Payne.
Doris Payne, one of the world's most notorious jewel thieves, is a cult figure. A 2013 documentary featuring her chronicled her 6 decades of criminal activity, including her most notorious heist, a $500,000 10-carat diamond ring in Monte Carlo in the 1970s. She robbed from huge enterprises, small establishments, and anywhere she found an opportunity for over 70 years.
She tricked shop clerks into letting her bag products by appearing as an affluent client. Payne has been convicted multiple times yet received little penalty. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.